From whichever part of the world you are tuned in from, you're most definitely watching 3T TV, which is Thika's #1 online news channel, where we are telling the Thika story as it is. And today I'm bringing you Countdown 2022, and this time around we are speaking to the candidates. When we started, they were aspirants, they were aspiring, but right now we are speaking to the candidates who have been confirmed and are on the ballot. Today we are coming to you on location from Edgewood Country Place. Edgewood Country Place is a hotel and restaurant that is located in Maboromoko, which is off Gatanga Road. Edgewood Country Place is your one-stop shop where everyone is catered for. From the families, they have a wonderful Toto's Corner where you can bring out the family for a family fun day. The corporates as well have not been forgotten. They have wonderful grounds where you can have team building, hold conferences, and for individuals, if you have a wedding reception, a party that you'd like to host, Edgewood Country Place is the place to be. They have the best well manicured lawns. Be sure to check them out. So I hope that by the end of this segment, if you haven't subscribed to this wonderful channel, we will have given you a good reason enough to. Let us dive right into it. How are you doing?
Hello, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
We also thank you so much for accepting to come on board.
It's all my pleasure.
Now, let's start with an introduction. Let us know who you are, and then you can give us a brief background of your upbringing and schooling.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to say again thank you to 3T TV for this opportunity to connect with the people and to make the people get to know who I am and what I stand for. My name's Martin MUNYIRI MAINA, born and raised in Thika. I was born and raised in the Kiboko Estate, UTI. For those, let me bring it closer to UTI. I studied at St. David's, my primary school. I went to Thika High School. So I've been more like around Thika in my studies.
Okay.
After which I studied at University of Nairobi. I did my bachelor's undergraduate, Bachelor of Commerce, finance option, and worked. After that, I worked at Equity Bank. The opportunity at Equity Bank was I was more of a customer-facing officer in the operations department. This entailed more about dealing with the customers, getting to know the different types of customers. After which I worked, after working at Equity, I continued with my study. I have done my master's at the University of Nairobi. I did the MBA in International Business Management, which more entails about cross-culture, understanding about cross-culture. After Equity, I went and worked I tried my hand in business and went and worked as a distributor for Pepsi when Pepsi was coming into the country in Garissa, the hottest place where they needed the drink most. So I worked there for one and a half years, and I opted to look for, with the skills that I've gotten in terms of sales, I got an opportunity to apply for jobs at the Vivo Energy, which is the parent company for Shell. The petrol stations Shells in Kenya, they are under Vivo Energy. So I worked for Vivo Energy for three and a half years as a territory manager, first in charge of Mount Kenya. A territory manager is in charge of a region and the stations that fall in that region. It was more about responsibility of making and pushing sales, and while meeting the expectation of the customers and trying to understand the people that you're working with. I worked in Mount Kenya, then moved to, it's called Eastern Region. Eastern Region is in the side of Kitengela, the Ukambani regions of Machakos and Kitui. So it was more about this side, understanding these people, na upande mwingine uende ukawaelewe pia. So it gave me rich skills of managerial skills, skills of dealing with people, which to date I say that was a nice experience. And all my careers from the banking industry, from the Pepsi distributor business, and to Vivo Energy. I'm thankful, and maybe that is what has made me, or maybe made me to be who I am as a person, and I can say as a leader as well.
Awesome. That is quite vast, you know, from Garissa to Eastern, yes,
to Mount Kenya. It's all about experience and exposure as well.
Yeah, I think exposure plays in very well.
Yeah, it plays very well, and it was a nice thing.
Awesome. Now, Martin, the reason why we are here today is because you have ambitions to represent people. Kindly tell us which seat you're vying for come next election.
Thank you. I'm vying for the seats of Member of County Assembly, Kiambu County, Hospital Ward. Hospital Ward is in Thika Town constituency. Basically, it sits in the heart of Thika. It covers the regions from Huduma Center, which is next to the stadium, and goes all the way to Kwaheri, which is a region almost the size of Gatwanyaga. It is a vast ward with different dimension of challenges and people as well. I'm vying for that seat come August, and hope to clinch it and hope to represent the people. I think I have the skills, and I have the ability as a leader to lead.
The litmus test is coming.
The litmus test, and I'm ready for it.
Now, seeing to it that you're a first-time candidate. This is the first time you're vying for a political seat.
True.
Why did you decide to get into politics? Why you? What has drawn you to vie for that seat?
Oh, that's interesting. I would like to put it in this context, simple and complex as it may sound. Many are the times that we get this opportunity. We go to school, get the best education, all of us work in the best places. But how, we should ask ourselves, how many times or how often do we get people to bring those experience and knowledge they have amassed over a period of time back into their home and try and practice it and offer the same type of leadership? Mine is that's my biggest drive. As I've said earlier, I've worked in the best places with the best exposure. I felt it's time, rather than just work out there and come home to a home where the roads are bad, the amenities and the infrastructure is bad. Why don't I come back home as well? Kwa nini nisirudi hata mimi mwenyewe nijipatie kwa mtaa yetu? Nisaidie mtaa yetu tuweze kuona kama Kenya nafanyia wengine pale nje. Ndio nafanya kwa sababu nimeemployiwa. Lakini sasa nitaemployiwa na watu niwafanyie hiyo kazi. That is what gave me the push. Hiyo ndio imenipatia ile mwito nikuje hata mimi nijaribu kutumikia mitaa yetu. At least niweze kuleta hiyo knowledge. Niweze kuleta hiyo knowledge as a leader, niweze kulobby. Lobbying is what you are lacking. And as a leader, I think I should come and give that leadership ya kulobby ndio tuweze kupata vitu zile mzuri huko mtaa yetu.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sasa hospital ward inabeba mambo mingi sana, from the industries, learning institutions. I think nyingi sana they are measured pale hospital ward.
Yeah.
What's your vision for hospital ward in light of priority areas specifically? If the people of hospital ward give you the mandate to represent them as the member of county assembly.
That's a nice opportunity, at least to lay out my manifesto or my agenda.
Sure.
Of hospital ward come after the litmus test, as you called it.
Yes.
And I hope the people will pass the litmus test and people will give me the opportunity to serve them. I'll put it in 6 different ways and I'll briefly brush through them, not to dwell a lot on the issues. First of all is, in my heart, is health. If you look at our ward, the health center, we all rely on the general hospital that we have in Thika. We don't have like the small health clinic or center in our mitaa ambazo zinaweza saidia. In essence, if you can take, let's borrow from what we have in Nairobi, in the Jericho, in the Huruma and everything. They are small health center, which now the government has turned them into a full-fledged either level 2 or level 3 hospitals. When somebody is sick at night in our ward or in our home area, from all the way from Landless, all the way to town Majengo. We all rush to the same hospital. That hospital we're privileged to have, but we share it amongst all the other maybe constituency or the areas, the Kandara, the Kabati, the Morangas and everything. So it cannot be enough for all of us. So I'm thinking we should exploit the public properties and public land that we have. Like for example, we have a chief's office there in Umoja. We can build, it is a very big land, and it risks the fact that it might be grabbed. Why can't we fence it, and one side of it we build a health center that will help? There are nurses and doctors who need work, and that's an opportunity that we can create to them. In the essence, on the flip side, we can help people by bringing health, like issue of health center close to them, health facility close to them. That is just one of them. In Igashagi, we need to get land, public land there, and do the same thing. If you look further, like in Majengo, the biggest population of this ward is around Majengo, Ziwani, Starehe and everything. But where do they still, is their health issues anchored or maybe taken care of very well? I feel there's a lot we need to do. So health is one of them. I'll go to the next one, which is more about that touches closer, because they are my young brothers and my young sister. Youth, employment, and I like to say it, and empowerment and unity. Vijana hatuko united. Na tukiambiwa tukuje pamoja angalau tuweze tujisaidie. I usually ask and challenge the young men in this way. We lack unity like the unity that our mothers have in their chamas. Vijana tukiambiwa tukae pamoja tufanye vitu za chama angalau tuweze kusaidika na viongozi, ama tuonyeshwe mahali pesa za youth fund, uwezo fund and everything, all the funds can be done. Most of us don't just want to get there. Pesa ikiachiliwa kila mtu achukue ende kivyake. But we need a leader who will bring and talk to them, guide them and tell them there is unity in purpose. Tukishikana pamoja tutaweza kufanya mambo mengi. Lazima tukae pamoja. Kama ni pesa mmepewa, muanzishe car wash. Kama pesa mmepewa, agribusiness. Because you see us youth are running away from agribusiness. Tunafikiri hizi ni biashara za watu wa mashinani, watu kule mashambani na wazee. But I usually say, there's one thing that we learned in 2020, the year of COVID, all business came to a stop, but people never stopped eating. Tulikuwa tunakula bado. We need to go back to the farms, we need to go back agriculture. Whether you are a youth or an old person, turudini kwa mashamba tafadhali. Tufanye hata biashara ni biashara na tusibague. Vijana hata kama ni car wash ndio, lakini fikirieni pia biashara. Another thing about empowerment ni ya kwamba tuweze, if I'm elected as a leader, my agenda is to at least take some of the youth ambao walisoma lakini hawajaenda kuendeleza masomo yao to university or college. Niwapeleke hata kama ni pale NITA, wapate training ya skills ya different thing. You know, you skill somebody, you improve their lifestyle as well. Let me move on to the other issue of the infrastructure and development. Ambayo tuna lack our infrastructure. Look at the roads. Look at the drainage system. Look at the garbage collection that is going that is so, I mean, it has become very deplorable. Look at so many things like even lighting, street lighting and everything. We have a very great challenge that we need to be met head on, and lazima tuendeleze hii mambo. Mimi ningesema barabara hatuitishi mambo nyingi, because I've been around, I've walked around the areas of Landless, huku Majengo chini, upande ya Starehe. Kenya tunaitisha ni vitu ndogo ndogo sana. Ukitembea hata kama tunaweza mwaga maram, angalau kuwe na barabara that is accessible, mtu aweze kupita, ufanye biashara yako, mitaa zikae vizuri sana. Vitu ndogo ndogo hatuitishi mingi, lakini viongozi ndio wametuangusha. Wenye wamekuja mbele yetu ndio hawajafanya hiyo, hawajafanya proper lobbying. Na hii ni wakati lazima tuone ugatuzi ukitufanyia kazi. Ugatuzi imepita miaka 10 na tuko pale pale. Challenge ni kwetu. What have we seen about ugatuzi? Let's take our vote. Let's use our vote to change a lot of things. Education. To me, I'll say education is a challenge in this way, and this is to tackle it. Tukiangalia miaka ya sasa, watoto hao wadogo wanakuja, our young brothers, sisters, watoto wetu wanaanza vitu za kupenda kujua mambo ya kucheza na simu. That is technology. I would like to borrow from what the government did, laptop and everything. But mine, I will put it this way. The shule ambazo tuko nazo katika public school in our ward, what we can do with them is we can locate, even if it's get a container, power it with electricity and everything, make sure that each and every other school has a computer lab, even if it's a common shared one, so that at least watoto waanze kuinteract mapema na hizi mambo ya technology. We cannot be living in the era where tunaletea solar panels toka China na hapa tuna vijana wanaweza fanya. Tumeona vijana wengi wakijaribu vitu za kutengeneza robot na technology huku kwetu, but they lack the support. If they can get the proper support, I believe tunaweza kuuza hizo vipawa zao, na hizo vipawa zao tuzianzie pale chini, na tutaanzia pale kwa computer lab, waweze kujua computer inaweza inua maisha yao. Hiyo ndio mimi ningesema in terms of education. Na kama in terms of education, vitu vingine ni enrollment ya watoto kwa shule inaongezeka. Kwa nini tusiendelee kuongeza pia madarasa? Let us work with the national government. Wakati wanasema tuongeze madarasa, we should be there and help them. Tuonyeshe yenyewe kuna shule fulani nataka darasa ziongeze, kwa sababu enrollment ina cover hii population ya wanafunzi na watoto. Wakuje wa enroll hiyo shuleni. Hata kama ni facilities kama toilet, let every leader, whether it's the MP or the MCA or the governor, be tasked to provide those facilities. Those are our kids. Those are our brothers and sisters. The facilities of water, toilet and everything. So the education system needs, at least ina need polishing kidogo. At least tuipeleke mahali inafaa ndio masomo na shule ikuwe mzuri. Nikikuja kitu nyingine ambayo ni muhimu, ambayo ni relationship between the member of county assembly and the governor. The minute we go there and we don't have a strong relationship with the governor is a minute in which utapata kutakuwa mna brush sana, na utawekwa kando wakati maendeleo inakuja. Yangu ni kuhakikisha na kujaribu kuimarisha at least ile relation nitakuwa na governor wangu. Kwa nini? I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it because my people need wanataka maendeleo. Na nisipofanyia hayo mambo, ni mimi nitakuwa nimewakosea. Nikienda pale tuanze kupigana because of party issues or national government issues and stuff, itakuwa ni mimi sijafanya justice to my people. So I think having that relationship as well contributes a lot to the development. So in the big and the sense, those are the things I feel inaweza saidia kuleta maendeleo katika hii ward yetu. There are specific challenges in specific area. Ukiangalia kama tuna soko mbili kubwa ambazo ziko kwa ward yetu. Kuna soko ya Jamhuri na kuna hii soko nyingine ya Moi Market. Zote ziko na unique. They contribute a lot into this ward. Let's call it in terms of revenue as well. Jamhuri Market does not need a lot. They need just to be guided and provided, or provide ile service ambayo pesa zile fees wanalipa needs to provide to them. That is the paving ways. Itengeneze hata kama ni kabro. Drainage zitengenezwe, kuache kuflood huko wakati mvua imenyesha, serious zinaharibika, michele na kila kitu. Vitu kama tarpaulin, hizi machandarua zinatengenezwa on the cover, zirudishwe ziweze kukaa, at least kuweze kukaa vizuri sana. Hata kama ni lighting. I was there the other day. When it gets to 6 and the sun is down, biashara zinafungwa. Why can't it take it to the direction where ikuwe ni soko ambayo inaweza fanya 24 hours biashara economy? And that is where the point at which it will start running. Kuna hao watu ukitembea unapata wanatutengenezea viatu, back to school. That's a very big industry there, but they don't have electricity in their shops. Why? Electricity is on top of them, lakini hawajasaidiwa, ama hawajasaidiwa kuongoza, hawajapata mtu atalobi na wao. Kila mtu avutiwe, hata kama watawekewa toke. I discussed with them and they said they are okay. Hata kama watalipa hiyo connection charges, watalipa. Muhimu wapate stima, waache kukaa ni kama wanafanyia biashara mahali pako na giza, mahali hapaeleweki. And those people, they pay the business license, they pay the business fee of the market, they pay a lot of levies, hata kama ya garbage and everything, but they don't get justice in terms of service. If we move to the next market, which is adjacent to there, the Moi Market, commonly known as Mukiriti, it's close to the town, very close to the town, but it lacks the essentials. The essentials in terms of same problem, paving ways. It lacks proper supply of water, amenities and facilities like toilets which are clean. Wanakosa support ya biashara ile ambao waonyeshwe ya kwamba, I know for them their biggest cry is the licenses they're being charged for their business is absolutely high. Them and the person who is working in the CBD of the town, in Thika town, they should not be charged the same business license, the same cost of the business license. At least what I feel it should be done, it should be zoning. The further away you move from the center of the town, which is the heart, the lesser the business. Mama mboga pale mtaani hafai kuwa analipishwa business license ama anachajiwe fee the same na ule mtu wako pale katikati ya town. So that zoning aspect needs to be lobbied na ilirudishwe. So ndio waweze hata watu wa Mukireti waweze kufurahia mahali wako na biashara yao iweze kunawiri. Ya pili kingine hapo ni kuna hii pande ya gate ya prisons. Kuna ka garden kako hapo. Maono yangu kama Martin ingekuwa ni ya kwamba mkinichagua kama kiongozi wenu, ningetaka ikue aje. Hiyo parking iweze kupaviwe. Itengenezwe ikuwe vizuri sana ambavyo customer akija kwa hiyo market anaweza park gari yake hapo. Public mtu anaweza park gari na ingie shughuli zake town. That way we will provide the customer to the market in one way. Number 2, we will provide income to the county government in terms of all the cars that are there, whether you're a customer or you're not a customer. Umepark gari, so umelipa parking fee na imekolektiwa, simepeleka kusaidia maendeleo ya ward yetu. That kind of things. I feel we have a lot of that is there that is not tapped in terms of that property which is there. That's what I feel, at least some of the development ya hizo soko mbili. They carry a lot. Ndani yake kula tusipo provide the amenities and facilities. Kuna manyanya zetu, kuna mama zetu wale wakongwe wanafanya kazi huko na wanaishi hapo tu around Jamo Foster. That is the way they eke their income. We need to consider them as well. Lazima tuone kwamba ile environment wanafanyia biashara na ndio wametulea, badala ya kuharibika kwenda chini kwa inaenda ikiimprove. Ndio yeye pia kesho akitoka ndugu yangu dada yangu ataingia pale pia aendeze biashara pia, na hivyo ndo tutaendelea mbele.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Umetaja jambo la muhimu sana. Jama Foster.
Yes.
Ningependa utueleze kuhusu Jama Foster, what plans you have for them. And in hospital ward pia we have some informal settlements that more often than not are usually forgotten.
True.
Huwa hazitajwi sana. Na pia wao wanapiga kura.
Wapiga kura?
Yes. Yeah. What plans do you have for Jama Foster na pia those informal settlements?
Wow. Jama Foster mpango yangu ni kama hii. What I think the biggest challenge there is Jama Foster ni ya kwamba there's a plan to upgrade it, but the way the plan is being done, it's the people, you know, once the people are seated there, they feel they're not being to include in the discussion and the plan. They feel like there's something sinister that is coming. What I think, we had a good example in Nairobi when tulikuwa na ile Nyayo high-rise plan ya slum upgrading. We know what happened. It's no secret. The people who are living in those slums or in those informal settlements walitolewa, manyumba ya kifahari manyumba bora yakatengezwa, lakini si wao walirudi. Manyumba hayo yaliuzwa yakapewa watu wengine. Sasa ambayo ni tunaweza waita watu ambao wanaweza jikimu vizuri, aishi mahali pazuri, ndio wanakuja kuishi pale kwa sababu nyumba ni mzuri. Wale ambao walikuwa naishi hapo walifukuzwa na wakarushwa kando. We wouldn't want the same thing to happen hapa at Jama Foster. Kwa nini? Let us include the people who live there. Let us include the chairmanship of the community, chief, the DC of the area, the MCA. If I'll be there, I would like to be included as well. Let us include the government and importantly the Ministry of Land. When we are doing that upgrade, let us not force to them. Let us first of all make them understand the importance of it. They buy into the idea, they have the confidence into the idea, they will be the one who will be championing for the idea. But mkuja kuweza kueleza ati ya kwamba ondokeni tunataka kutengeneza hivi, that is typical land grabbing. We don't need to sugarcoat it or look at it totally in a different way. Hiyo ni kama mnawapokonya, tokeni tutengeze na wana hujawahakikishia kwamba wao ndo watarudi pale. So hiyo ni issue kubwa sana hapo, mimi ningeweza kuitackle, and my tackling point of view ni mambo ya all inclusivity. Tukisonga kwa mambo mengine umetaja, the informal settlement of Madharau, Gashagi. Nobody who votes or nobody who is a Kenya should feel left out. We all are entitled to development and facilities that are needed for our daily life. Those people feel left out in terms of, I've talked to them, nimeongea kule, nimeingia hiyo mitaa, nimesikia kilio chao, and they are very valid. We have so many industries around Thika. But when it comes to employing the bidcos, the broadways, which is outside Madharau, the company, I'm not castigating those companies. But what I think, I just lobby, talk to them, request them, because you see even that one is somebody's company, somebody's business. We'll just like them to consider and put a consideration. And I'm talking to these companies. Please, the people who live next to you, just give them a specific percentage ambao wao pia wanaweza fanya kazi huko, wafurahie, waseme hii kampuni huku ndio kwetu, ndio in case of anything watai protect, kwa sababu that is where their livelihood comes. But the fact that you go talk to them and you get to understand the fact that most of the people in those settlement hawezi point watu 1 2 3 watu 5 waseme eti wanafanya hiyo kazi, kwa sababu na wao wakipata income watasaidia hiyo mitaa yao. So mimi ningeomba hizo makampuni kubwa, hizo mafactories tuko nazo kwa mtaa yetu na hiyo ward yetu, basically hata town yetu ya Thika, tusaidie hawa watu wasifeel they are forgotten. They are a source, they are human resource that they can help the company. Gashagi the same way, wako pale na wanafeel wamesaulika, hawana barabara, hawana maji, sewage system haipo. Kwa nini? Viongozi mbona tumewasahau watu? Hawa watu ni wetu na hawa watu ni kura, na hiyo kura ndio wanatupatia nayo kazi. Mbona tusiwakumbuke tuwafanyie kazi? The little kidogo tunaweza wafanya, angalau wa feel their part of the ward is important. Kama ni employment ya kazi ndio hiyo. Na tena mashule tuko nazo, mashule nyingi huko hapa kwa hiyo ward yetu na hii town yetu ya Thika. We have MKU, we have Thika Technical, we have Amboseli, we have Jordan, we have Tibbs on your way out of Thika. There's so many. They are all in Thika town constituency. I will kindly urge them, and let me just put this plea to them. I will kindly urge them, kindly consider at least tuende kwa hizi, work with us, the MCA, work with me. I'll know I will be elected by the blessings of God. Work with me, come work with me. I'll come invite you. Tuchukue watoto kwa hizo vitongoji, hizo villages, Gashagi, the Madharaos, the Umojas, the Majengos, the Ziwani and everything. At least tupatie vijana mmoja wawili, na nikisema vijana nasema umri, sisemi kijana wa jinsia, nasema umri. The young people, tuwapatie opportunity waweze kusoma, even if it's a certificate, even if it's a degree. Tukue tusemange kuna vijana 5 kwa hii town yetu wamesomea MKU degree, wamemaliza. Huyo mmoja ndio atakuja lete maendeleo kwa mtaa yao. Huyo mmoja ndio anaweza kuwa tegemeo. Huyo mmoja ndio atakaa mahali nipo hapa akitafuta uongozi, aendeleze Thika na aendeleze hata Kiambu County. So it's upon us to take this opportunity. The big company, the institutions, I'm talking to you. Let us factor in our young people. Tuwapatie, tusione kwa sababu hawezi kulipa school fees ama hawezi, lakini at least wako na hiyo nia na wana roho ya kuweza kusoma. Let us give them that opportunity. That's all I can say.
Awesome, great. I love the confidence. Now, Hospital Ward has had other leaders before. You won't be the first if they give you the mandate.
Yeah, true.
What is Martin going to do differently from the leaders that have been there before in this ward?
What I'll do differently as Martin, come date 10th of August, when we are just past the election and the litmus test. I'll use the word litmus test again, and God has blessed me the opportunity, and the people have blessed me the opportunity to lead them. I know the key and one of the most important things people need, number one, it's a voice. A voice in terms of somebody who can talk on their behalf on their challenges. The voice that can lobby. Somebody that if they tell them their problem, they believe that problem will get to the county government leadership and solution might be found. That is number one, what I'm coming to offer. Second one is a leader who is accessible. A leader who is amongst ourselves, because I felt that is one thing that we are lacking. Tumepigwa vita tukienda kukampeni na tukiomba kura, tunaambiwa viongozi wengi wamechaguliwa, wale wamekuja mbele yetu, lakini they don't have that connection with the people. You are elected, you come after 5 years. We take that as a learning. We take that as an opportunity tujue ile makosa ambazo hatufai kurudia. Makosa ni kurudia makosa, hapo ndio pabaya. So mimi singetaka kurudia, ningetaka kuwa na hiyo relationship na watu, angalau tuweze kuform committee each area. We know everybody cannot access the leader, but at least if they have representative in the market areas, kwa mitaa, hata kama ni industry, they have their own voice, they can call, they can send that person, ambia kiongozi wetu tunataka hivi, tunataka atuwakilishe hivi. And that is where it starts, having a voice. And I'm planning to put committee even if it's development committee in each and every other area. You know, a ward is big, but it depends on how you split it and divide it. At least kila area ukuwe na watu ambao ndio at least wao pia ndio wataweza kuwa wanakuletea challenges za watu, the ones that you can fix immediately or the ones that you need to lobby in the county assembly, at least uone iingie katika process ya kuanza kufanyiwa kazi. Those are the things people need. People need to feel they can access a leader. People need to feel we have a voice there. People need to feel ule ni wetu na anatuwakilisha, and that is what I'm coming to offer. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, as we wind up this wonderful discussion that we've been having, what is the last word to the people of Hospital Ward? What's your parting shot?
My parting shot to the people of Hospital Ward. Number one, maombi mbele. Naomba muniombe, munipe maombi yenu nikiwaomba pia kura, munipe maombi yenu nikuwa kiongozi ambayo nawaambia nitakuwa. Number two, I'm asking for your support. Nasimama na chama ya Party of National Unity, ile party ilikuwa kwa ya Kibaki ambayo ilileta maendeleo Kenya. Maendeleo kwa Thika Road venye tunaambiango Thika Road, so it's more like Thika. I'm vying for the member of County Assembly Hospital Ward on a PNU ticket. So tafadhali mkumbuke symbol yangu ni mwenge. Niko watano katika ballot. Naomba opportunity ya kuwafanyia kazi. Naomba tufanye kazi na tutembee jani pamoja. Naomba tuone opportunity ya ugatuzi isiende miaka ingine 5 bila kutufanyia kazi. We have already done 10 years of devolution, and what can we sing about it? I leave the question to everybody to ask themselves. But let what has not been done isitupite. Kuna miaka 5 inakuja, na hiyo miaka 5 tutaamua na kura zetu. Kura zetu ndio maisha yetu. Mimi ningesema hayo machache, na ninawaomba at least ikifika hiyo siku munikumbuke, munipe nafasi ya uongozi. Asanteni.
Thank you so much, Martin, for taking your time to come and lay down your manifesto, so to speak. I have been taking down notes very seriously. Ukiapishwa, we will have you back here.
Yeah.
You know, and we hold you accountable to what you have promised the people of Hospital Ward.
True.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. And I stand to be accountable to the people, and to the people, what I've promised to them, I like to fulfill to them. Because you see, their dreams and ambition is on the leader. So it's about the leader actualizing and making it work. Hata kama tutakuwa na hizi session after kila mwaka mara moja, at least tuone how we are walking the journey and the steps and the challenges. Najua inakuanga muhimu unaeleza watu kuna shida nilisema tutatatua, imefika mahali fulani, all the challenge is this. Lazima watu wapate ile opportunity ya information. Information is power. Lakini usipowaeleza watakuongoja baada ya miaka 5 na utapigwa kiboko. Mimi sitaki kupigwa kiboko. Asante. Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Martin MUNYIRI, a candidate who is vying for member of County Assembly in Hospital Ward. And he goes by the mantra that there's unity in purpose. I have been your host, Juliet Mudhoni. Remember, we are coming to you from Edgewood Country Place. They have a wonderful ambience. Be sure to check them out. Until next time, take care.